Fable 70. The Nurse and the Wolf. A nurse, who was endeavoring to quiet a wayward, self-willed child, among other attempts, threatened to throw him out of doors to the wolf, if he did not leave off crying. A wolf, who chanced to be prowling near the door just at that time, heard the words, and, believing the woman to be in earnest, waited along, while about the house in expectation of seeing her words made good. But at last the child, wearied with its own importunities, fell asleep, and the poor wolf was forced to return again to the woods without his expected supper. The fox, meeting him, and point surprised to see him going home so thin and disconsolate, asked him what was the matter, and how he came to speed no better that night. "Ah, do not ask me," says he, "I was so silly as to believe what the nurse said, and have been disappointed." Moral: be not too ready to give credence to the assertions of an angry man. Application: there is no custom more common, nor at the same time more hurtful and pernicious, than that which prevails among nurses and persons of inferior minds, of telling children false stories and resorting to threats, with the intention of frightening them into good conduct. This habit is sinful in itself, as a departure from the strictness of truth, and is often most fatal in its consequences. There are many well-authenticated instances on record in which a permanent injury in after years has been caused to the child, and many lasting fears, prejudices, and antipathies have arisen from the impressions created in the infant mind by these idle tales and threats. Dean Swift, in his account of the Kingdom of Lilliput, relates that nurses of anger, to indulge in threats which they have no intention to carry out. If they adopt the conduct of this foolish nurse in the fable, and conjure up an imaginary wolf or ghost, to help them in the momentary emergency of a naughty fit, they will probably find, when it is too late, that they have thoughtlessly cowed the spirit of the child, and have planted in his mind thorns and fears which it will be beyond the power of their arguments or philosophy to modify or remove. One angry moment often does what we repent for years. It works the wrong we ne'er make right by sorrow or by tears. This fable, however, refers to the conduct of the wolf, rather than of the nurse. It teaches the folly of those who take too much notice of words spoken in a passion. Angry persons say more than they mean, and generally, as soon as the moment of calm reflection comes, are themselves sorry for their violence and indiscretion. Oh, how the passions, insolent and strong, bear our weak minds their rapid course along,